So this is my first video, and I'll just be talking through my solo landaway to Thruxton then. So this was my second time going to Thruxton. My first time was a dual landaway, and this time was my first solo landaway. Previous to this, I haven't flown in a week, so my flying wasn't totally perfect, but it was good enough, and I made it to Thruxton safely. So yeah, so now I'm taxiing onto the active runway, and there was a pretty long wait on the runway, as there was traffic still on the runway and vacating, and I'll cut to when I'm actually taking off then. Right, so now I am rolling on the runway slowly, as I've been given permission to depart, or given permission to take off, and I'll just quiet down for the departure here. And I've now departed, and it was pretty smooth takeoff. I could have eased off the back pressure a little bit, but yeah, pretty standard takeoff there. So here I'm turning onto crosswind, and I'm looking down to Sky Demon because I didn't want to fly into the danger area 129 western on the green, where parachuting happens. I just wanted to keep clear of that and be safer. So here I've leveled off at 3,000 feet, and I have contacted Oxford Radar 125.090 and requested a basic service. And here I am looking left to keep my first turning point, Beckley Mast, to my left, which makes it easy for me to see. And after I reach Beckley Mast, I turn onto a heading of 1908 towards Andover and then to Thruxton. Turn above Beckley Mast, I have Oxford to my right now. I should have a photo coming up on screen, but I'll fly a straight line from here towards Andover and then to Thruxton. So here I've switched over to Boscombe Zone, and I've requested a basic service and a MATS penetration to Thruxton. So I'm currently overhead Welford, and the message went something like this. So Student Golf Foxtrot India Alpha Tango is a PA28 from Oxford to Thruxton, currently overhead Welford at 3,000 feet, QNH 1021, VFR tracking Thruxton via Andover. And here I have reported to Boscombe Zone that I have Andover and Thruxton in sight, as I'm turning right, as Thruxton is towards my approximately 2 o'clock position. And I've reported I'm 1 nautical mile north of Andover, so I will be switching to Thruxton radio soon. So here I am overhead Andover, or nearly overhead Andover, so I've started a gentle right turn towards Thruxton, whilst also descending to the Thruxton ATZ entry of 1,200 feet above aerodrome level, or approximately 1,500 feet QNH. And when I enter the ATZ, I will descend to a further circuit altitude of 800 feet QFE, or approximately 1,100 foot QNH. So here I am flying the circuit. I've sped up the footage a little bit, but I'm currently turning onto base, and I'm trimming, and I will be doing 2-stage flaps now, yep. And I'm still flying the circuit, still referring to the aerodrome, which is towards my right hand side. That's why I'm constantly looking towards the right. And yeah, I trimmed for 75 knots, check the approach, and I will be turning onto final momentarily. And after I turn onto final, I make a radio call to Thruxton radio, and just telling everyone that I'm on final, telling any traffic on the ground or any traffic that is still in the circuit that I'm on final to land. there we are. I'd say that was it could have been a softer landing. It was a low stiff, but it was a safe landing, which is the most important part. But yeah, the approach was pretty stable, I'd say. I floated a little bit at the end there, and at the end I let the airspeed bleed off too much, which is a constant issue that I'm having, and I'm trying to fix that. But yeah, I guess I just need a little bit more landing practice then. So after that landing, I'm currently just doing a backtrack on the runway, as the radio has informed me there is no other traffic, and I'm just taxiing back to the apron. So that was a pretty standard flight, not much that happened. Happy with my radio transmissions, happy with my flying. Yeah, it's just the landing that I can improve a little bit. So yeah. So yeah, after I've landed in Thruxton, I just got out and had a drink, and yeah, here I am back, and I'm briefing myself for how I will depart Thruxton. So I'm just going straight out to Andover, and then yeah, by the railway track, or when I leave the ATZ, I'll climb to my altitude of 3,000 feet whilst contacting Boscombe Down, and I'll take from there. And yeah, after just my own briefing, I quickly ran through the internal checklist, and I'll start the engine now.
Clear prop!
What is that? And throttle up. And yeah, after the engine start, I just complete a few more checks on the after startup checklist, and I contact Thruxton radio for taxi instructions and also airport information. And yeah, after that I start taxiing. And yeah, after the short taxi at Thruxton, taxi to holding point Whiskey for runway 07, and I'm just completing a few power checks now. And after power checks, I'll contact Thruxton radio and ask them for again information about any other traffic, and I will line up on the runway. And here I am lining up on runway 07 at Thruxton, and just slowly rolling. And as Thruxton is a radio service, I don't need clearance from them. I just need to be aware of any traffic that might be in the circuit, and there was traffic that just departed off of runway 07 into the circuit, so I wanted to wait for them to be clear out of the way. So yeah, I just gave myself plenty of time here, and I'm rolling here, and again I'll be quiet for takeoff. And yep, again a pretty casual takeoff there, nothing special, and yeah, I'll cut to when I'm leaving the ATZ. And here now I've left the ATZ, and I'm continuing my climb up to my planned altitude of 3,000 feet, whilst also contacting Boscombe Down for a basic service and a VFR tracking to Wantage via Andover. And once I'm overhead Andover, I'll make a left turn towards my second turning point, Wantage. So right now I'm approximately 2 nautical miles east of a town called Hungerford, where I've requested a frequency change to 119.005, which is the Bryce Norton Zone frequency, and I've requested a basic service and also a zone transit. So I'll be heading from my current location towards Wantage, and then I'll be zone transiting to Charlbury via a town called Whitney. So right now I'm completing the Bryce Norton Zone Transit, as I've already gotten clearance for it, and I just have my nav map out as I'm looking out for the town Whitney. Also just referring to Sky Demon real quick, and yeah, in the background you can sort of see Bryce Norton, but I have a couple of images, or I'll put some images on the screen right now. So yeah, honestly the Bryce Norton zone transit went smoother than I expected it to go. And yeah, it was just really relaxing in general. There was no other traffic in the area, so yeah, it was a pretty nice zone transit, and it was my first time doing it solo, and also a first time in a long time that I've actually done a zone transit at all. So yeah, I'm happy with how this went. So after the zone transit, I actually flew around the local area for a little longer just to build up some more solo hours. But yeah, nothing really happened, or nothing special happened there. The flight was pretty normal. And yeah, now I'm descending to Oxford Circuit altitude of 1,500 feet, and preparing to be inbound from Charlbury back towards Oxford Airport. So here I am established on the left base for runway 01. Actually, I'm just completing an orbit real quick, as requested by ATC. And yeah, I've established on left base for runway 01 at Oxford, as a right-hand circuit is being used today, which is unusual, but it's something I will get practice on in the future anyway. So yeah. The approach was pretty stable, and yeah, I've sped up the footage again a little bit just to speed this up a little quick. But yeah, here comes the approach and the landing, and I'll just be quiet for the final approach done. And there we are. That landing could have definitely been a lot better. As you can probably see by my facial expressions, I wasn't really happy with that, but yeah, I pulled power back too early. I was still too high. But yeah, apparently it's a common issue where you're scared of the runway, which makes sense because you're heading towards the runway like at pretty high speeds. But yeah, it's something I have to practice on, and I did float a little bit. At least I didn't push down on the control column, which would have messed up the plane. So yeah, I'd say that was a safe landing, but again, I could definitely improve on basically everything from that landing. And yeah, here I am just taxiing back to the grass parking where our planes are parked, and yeah, I was pretty happy with that flight. It's just the landings which I definitely have to improve on. But other than that, the flight was good. The zone transit was good, and nothing bad happened on the flight. So yeah, overall, I'm happy with I'm really happy with the flight. But yeah, I know I still have a lot to practice. Hopefully next flight my landings are better then.